Hi there, my name is Ash and I like to draw. And if you're just joining in now, allow me to get you up to speed real quick. A little while ago, I took to Twitter to ask followers to fill out a little sheet of suggestions for designing a platforming mascot character. And just to flesh things out a bit, I decided that based on their answers, I'd have to come up with not just the main character, but also the main villain and 3 basic enemy types. A ground enemy, a distance enemy, and a flying enemy. Having designed everyone else so far, it's time to make our final enemy type, the flyer. And this is where things got a little bit hard. See, even though our game is now taking place in a cartoony rock and roll version of hell, I don't really want the enemies to just be basic devils. And I definitely don't want any bats. I wanted something a little bit more unique, and once again my good friend Bender Waffles chimed in with a suggestion. A gargoyle. And so, off to work I went. I knew from the start that I wanted to avert the stereotypical buff beastly gargoyle, so I went the completely opposite direction and made him tall and skinny instead. Figuring that I hadn't really done any designs featuring piercings yet, I tried to get a bit of that in there too. And I really like the idea that since he's made of rock, his piercings are just bolted or hammered into him, so I gave him these spikes sticking out of his eyebrows. With him being so skinny, I also thought it would be a fun idea to make him all cracked and crumbly. You know, like his body is too thin to be structurally sound, so chunks of him have been falling off over time. Plus, I don't really see him swooping down to attack like most flying enemies. In my mind, he's carrying something heavy that he drops on the player character. So it's really more like he's constantly flying around carrying something that's way too heavy for him, and as a result, his body is always on the verge of breaking.
You left with your back!
Yeah, no, don't do that. The one thing I didn't super like from the first sketch were the wings. I mean, they were fine, but a little bit boring. So I completely redrew them and touched them up a bit to look more sinister and... bats-like.
You're a great big phony, you know that?
Anyway, our gargoyle is done, and with his scraggly look and all those cracks, I think it's only fitting to name him Scargoyle. But I do believe I promised to explain something to you guys. Something along the lines of, what's the deal with all the gold records? Well, aside from sharing a vaguely blue color scheme, I wanted to give them all a unifying feature. And with the idea of Backmask being a scummy music producer, that idea was to make his minions people that he made deals with to help them get gold records. And then I put a crack in all of them because symbolism! Plus, I mean, they could be this game's version of coins. But yeah, that brings us to our goal. We finally have a hero, a villain, and 3 basic enemy types for our hypothetical platforming video game. I really hope you enjoyed watching this, and of course I want to say a big thanks to everyone who chimed in with their suggestions. And I hope you'll be willing to join me for more art videos in the future. I'll see you there, folks. Thanks for watching. No, seriously, thanks so much for watching the video. I fully plan to make more of these, so keep an eye on my socials and on my community tab to chime in with your suggestions in the future. If you want, you can support me on Patreon and join me on my Discord server, which is also dedicated to the other stuff I do on YouTube, like this media review channel and this Let's Play channel. Check those out if you have a moment. Don't forget to like the video, leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next art video. Bye bye.